Welcome back to Illustrator for Bloggers. I am Allison of The Allison Show, and in this episode I'm going to teach you how to edit the artboard, how to use the text, transparencies, and the eyedrop tool, and I'm also going to show you how to save your file for the web so it can go from Illustrator to blog. Now that we've made our clipping mask and arranged our pictures, we have the start of a little editorial board that you could use on your blog. But if you wanted to add some things to it, I'm going to show you how to do that. Let's start by editing the artboard. The artboard is the space that is housing your pictures. It's the document size, essentially. And one nice thing about CS5 is that you can edit the artboard size after the fact. So as I've mentioned, I want my artboard to be 570 pixels wide, but I didn't know how big my pictures were going to be. So I can now edit my artboard. If I wanted to encompass all of this picture, I'm just simply pulling the artboard up. So I could pull it down, I could, edit it this way or that way. Sometimes when I do a really long post with tutorials and I'm not sure how many pictures it's going to take to complete it, I'll make a short artboard and then I can go back after the fact and add some more length to it. To exit out of that, just go ahead and click your block selection tool. Now I'm going to show you how to put shapes on top of your pictures here. And one method that could be easy while you're adding things on top of your images is to drag your selection tool over everything and go to File, you want to go to Object, Lock, Selection. So it's going to lock everything. So no matter what I do or move around, I'm dragging, I'm selecting, everything is locked. So things aren't going to get messed up. Now I'm going to grab my ellipses tool and holding shift, I'm going to make some perfect circles. These don't have any color to them yet, so grab your selection tool, make sure it's your black one, and let's double click on the fill. That's going to pull up, I don't know, that orange looks pretty nice. And there we go. Over here in our transparency window, and if you can't find that window, transparency, took it away, let's bring it back. You can change the opacity of your image. So this really bright colors with a low opacity, oh my gosh, so hot right now. If we wanted to put it over my face, we could, but I don't think we should. Do you? I don't know. So I could do that. If I wanted to kind of group all the images together with a little unifying something, I could do that. If I wanted to make a rectangle, I'm just, pulling my shape, grabbing my selection tool so that I can move it. These images were taken at Alt Summit. So I want this rectangle to be the same opacity as my circle. So a trick to do that is to make sure your rectangle selected. Go over here and grab the eyedrop tool. Go ahead and using your eyedropper, suck. I wish it had that sound effect. Whatever color you want. So I could actually see how my eyedrop tool, if I wanted to match the shade of my lipstick, but it's grabbing the transparency there. Okay. So now I have a nice blank canvas for adding some type. You can type two ways. You can make a text box, and if you make a text box, you type right in it, and it's much like using a text box in your word processor. Or you can select your type tool, click once, and you can just type into the air. You are not limited by a box. It is so magical. And I want to label this Alt Summit 2011. And I'm doing the same thing I did when I changed my shape size. I made sure I have the black selection tool, I held shift, and I can make it as big or as small as I would like. Over here is where I can change my typeface in my character window. Again, if you can't find your character window, go up to window, make sure your character window is selected. This is one of my typefaces I always use. And I want that to be white. So I double clicked on the fill. I selected white. I want that to be a little bit bigger. I'm always holding shift so things aren't getting warped. And now I'm not going to hold shift because I'm warping the shape. And now I have like a little headline there to unify my picture together. But we're ready to save this for the Yield blog. So File, Save for Web and Devices. And it's going to pull it up. And we can check our image size. And we can save it. The Allison Show rules. She totally does. In Documents. And it is a JPEG save. Now keep in mind, that only saved a JPEG. That didn't save our Illustrator file. So if you'd also like to save this Illustrator file, it's File, Save or Save As. Okay, that is the third of these 3 introductory videos for Illustrator for bloggers, but let me know what other Illustrator tools and tips you're looking for because I'm going to be making some more videos. And don't forget to go to my blog, theallisonshow.com.